Why do a lot of great ideas fail? I mean, not just potentially good ideas, but truly great ones. What makes one idea fail and the other survive? At this stage, people share a lot of ideas worth spreading. And I hope that you will take a lot of them back home with you today. But what will then happen to them? We all work with ideas, no matter if you're a CEO, consultant, or a mom. I do it as part of my job, which I love. I work with innovation. I have to add that I work in shipping, and I find this combination really interesting. Many perceive shipping as a conservative, old-fashioned industry. Well, I don't think so. It is an industry with a large degree of complexity. We operate heavy assets. Think about it. We navigate cities on the water. And we make a real footprint in this world. We literally move things around. I started my career as a ship operator in a tanker business. It is like being a conductor in the orchestra. Like conductor listens for the notes that are off key, my job was to solve problems every day. Because things do not go as planned every single day, 24/7, during your weekends, Christmas holidays. This industry never sleeps. Moving to innovation from there felt like I moved from the engine room to the ship's bridge. It felt so different. Working with innovation is really exciting. You have your fingertips on the emerging technologies, new trends. It is an environment that is vibrant. You meet a lot of great people and hear a lot of great ideas. Ideas are these shiny things that are so easy to get fascinated by. Go into the ideation workshops. It's like going to Disneyland for adults. I love it. But then you have to return back to your desk, back to the reality with its complexities and uncertainties, back to that engine room, and that is where, not in that room with the colorful post-its everywhere, your idea becomes either a success or a failure. Ideation is great, but the impact is only made once idea is implemented. It is fun to start new things. And it is my experience that it is easier to find the commitment, money, resources to run this first ideation phase. It only takes one day to run that workshop. And it is often much more difficult to get the same excitement and the same commitment to the phase that comes after, which is also much longer and much harder, the implementation phase. And it's funny, once we come up with a great idea, we think we're almost halfway there. You know that feeling when you buy yourself the membership to the gym, the new outfit, and you feel good about yourself? And the management mentally caches the benefits of that idea and asks you to come up with the next great thing. In the worst cases, we would install the expensive machines that we would not use or would not use properly, but will account benefits for. We all would like to find this magic dust that fixes all our problems. Well, it does not exist. The reality is much more complex, and ideas just have potential, but not an impact. You and I, people who do the work, we are that magic dust. It is the common knowledge in the startup world that an idea itself is not really worth much. In fact, a lot of startups simultaneously work on pretty much the same idea. It is a funny thing to say, standing here on the red dot, the center for great ideas. What differentiates one idea from another is execution and the team behind it. Take running. Simple idea. You just have to move your legs as fast as you can. Well, I'm still struggling. I think it's hard. My husband is a runner. He is also an engineer. And it was him who made it so obvious for me how little I appreciated the meticulous, hard work that he puts into an idea for it to materialize and become a success. And it is not just him. It's the whole chain of professionals that we don't know about that contribute to the success. We have heroes everybody knows about, and we have unsung heroes who are equally, if not more important, to the success. Like Alfred, the butler to Batman. We live in a society where we celebrate the guy from the poster, and we don't think about the guy who worked behind the scenes, day after day, to make this world go around. That influences the professions we choose, the jobs we take, because it's human to strive for recognition. I'm very pleased to see how the conversation around impact takes more space in the society and in business. To have that impact we strive for, we need both the driver and the executor. We are risking to get to the point where we simply don't have enough talented and skilled executors because we forget to include them in our stories of success. I have not been in a project yet where we wouldn't have the point where everything is just about to collapse and you can just stop and fail a great idea right there. And sometimes it is the right thing to do. And it's an art to know when to be persistent and continue and when just to stop and cut the losses. But very often, there is this one person that makes the decision, finds the solution on the spot that we might not know about, that eventually leads to the success. The Alfred to our Batman. We entered the decade where many of us believe it is going to be the decade of the transitioning into the carbon-free economies, the decade of action. We'll also have to find green solutions in our industry. It is going to be the very long, collaborative journey, and we will know some people, but most we won't. But to succeed, we all have to do our bits the best we can, knowing that our contribution is valuable. We are that magic dust. It is not an easy message to sell to the young people. I see them booming with their creativity. It has never been easier to start a company. And many of them, they want to build an app. If that app is to work on one of the ships that will be in the water for the next 25 years, it cannot stand alone. The foundation has to be in place. The whole chain of professionals have to do their jobs diligently to get that valuable and actionable data. So the question is, what can we do about it? First, we need to work on a habit of following through. Next time you go to that ideation workshop, take one thing with you that you will follow through. We have to move from the glamour of ideation to the impact and execution. And it all starts with the recognition of that imbalance between an idea and everything that comes after that. We have to remember to look beyond the excitement and look for the silent contributors. And those of us who are in those roles. We have to do our jobs with pride, knowing that we are vital to the success. And as parents, we have to teach our kids the habit and appreciation of the everyday hard work. It is not so simple. How do I teach my kids that? It is like teaching them to like gray color when they live in the world of glimmer. In these times of fast rewards, swiping culture, dating apps, where do you start? Where do they get their role models from? Well, for my 4-year-old daughter, who is here today, I promised you I'll say that, it is probably the fairy tales and the stories we tell her and how we paint the picture of hero and how we talk about heroes in a society. The heroes in the children's book, they have superpowers and they go through obstacles, and that's the exciting part. But what happens when the fairy tale ends? What happens after happily ever after? We have to extend the definition of the hero to also include the everyday bits. My daughter likes the icing on the cake, like many kids do. We teach her that if she wants to enjoy the icing on the cake, she has to bake that cake first. If we succeed bringing up our kids with a habit and appreciation of persistence and following through, they have a good chance to be happy, as happiness very closely relates to the ratio between your achievements and your aspirations. So you should either want less or accomplish more. There will be good spouses and partners in life, as family life is nothing but the everyday hard work. And they can take existing ideas, make them a reality, to make a real impact in this world. Before I finish this talk, I have 2 questions for you. The first one is, which idea will you remember from today? And the second one is, which one will you follow through? Thank you.